All right, guys, today we are going to be reacting to Andrew's debates, 3 women on what men are better at than women. Let's jump in.
I was just gonna say I think it's instinct as well when a woman gives birth to be nurturing and caretaking of her child.
I agree that women have mechanisms for nurturing, but women also have higher faculties for reason. They can offset feelings and emotion also with reason. They have higher intelligence than animals do.
Yeah.
So just saying that, well, okay, their biology kicks in. There's also a downside with this that men don't have, for instance, like postpartum depression, where moms terminate their children, terminate themselves. All sorts of chemicals get released, which cause significant damage towards the kid. It's like, I'm still not even willing to concede that even the day baby born, all that chemicals are released into mommy, that this means that they're going to be a more nurturing parent than the father. I'm just unwilling to concede this unless it's demonstrated to me logically or otherwise. There's just no way.
Like
I'm not going to do it.
by which you're, by which you're deciding that a baby's needs are met or a child's needs are met, like just like the basic necessities. I think there's also emotional support as well that is oftentimes provided more by the mother than the father.
Yeah, I dispute that. So I think that women really put an overemphasis on femininity when it comes to child rearing, and they really shouldn't. In fact, I think that they indulge children far too much.
Oh, that's a good point. They put too much femininity into the kids, basically what he's saying. That is interesting.
I think that they spoil them far too much. I think that they give in to their emotional demands far too much. And I would say that's counterintuitive, in fact, to caretaking and, to nurturing. I think that's counterintuitive to it.
Well,
that's why you see single moms with these big fat kids, for instance. It's because they overindulge, let them have the sweets.
Okay, but also that's why a lot of us are single moms, because the mother overindulged her son and enabled his bullshit, and then now he doesn't know how to
Correct.
properly
So
function
the
with
thing is
empathy and responsibility.
I consider these things. No, I don't think that that's because you do these kind of overindulgences that's actually nurturing. When I think of nurturing, I think of this, right? When you leave, you're equipped to deal with the world. You're equipped to deal with the world. That's nurturing. Anything else you tell me external to that, right, is going to be counterintuitive, because if it's not preparing them to do well in the world, then what?
Well,
then how is it nurturing?
Here's where I'll agree with you.
Intelligence is a thing too.
Here's where I'll agree with you with a caveat. I think the thing that women are better than men at doing is manipulation. And that's why you see so many female executives at the top. That's why you see the CIA hiring. You see the CIA hiring more women. There's honeypots. Women can manipulate, and they can actually make. They can actually.
Stop. Let her finish.
They can
Go
actually
ahead.
make men think that something's their idea when it's really the woman's idea. That's why you see divorces happen when there's someone that comes in to try to basically Jezebel spirit him to try to make him, come to her. So I agree with you that maybe women aren't as nurturing, but if you want to talk about preparing kids to be out in the world, some successful single mothers do a good job because they teach their kids.
She's a single mom? Is she a single mom? Oh, that's all I want to know. Let me know in the comment section below. If this lady over here, masculine voice, is a single mom, that's what I want to know. Let me know in the comment section.
How to be analytical, how to predict things before they happen, and how to prepare yourself for adversity.
That is the biggest load of horse shit that I've ever heard. Let me dispute all of this one at a time. First of all, no, they're not better at manipulation. Part of manipulation is strategy. The best strategists in the world are men. They're men. And you can't be a great strategist unless you understand the machinations of the enemy. You can't understand the machinations of the enemy if you can't understand manipulation. So no, they're still.
Brian's over here oh no, women are better.
So I'm still going to give even.
Yeah, I kind of disagree.
I'm still even going to give manipulation to men. I think that men are the better spies. I think that men are even better at manipulation. When you're talking seduction, right? I still don't even think that they have the market on seduction. I think that men will just fuck them, but they would fuck them anyway. I think if you told them you were a spy, they'd still do it, right? Because they just want to.
You know what? I'll tell you, your wife's probably a genius.
You don't know what? That's crazy, man. Now that I think about it, it's true. It's true. It's true. Even you, as a guy, tell them, hey, I'm spying you. He's like, I don't care. I'm going to F you either way. You see what I'm saying? Now, when it comes down, I don't think it's manipulation. I don't think it has to do with manipulation. There has to be a better word for that. Because manipulating is just making you do something that you don't want to do, right? I don't think it's manipulation. I don't know, guys. Maybe something else. I don't know.
Yes.
Right? So the thing is, but backing it up from there, if you're talking about kind of out in the world, I would love to know how you think single moms better prepare their children
I didn't
for the
say
world
that
than
they.
dads.
I didn't say that they are the only ones that do. I said the successful single moms who have to be in that situation that aren't necessarily nurturing in the feminine way that you're talking about, where they might coddle, they might give them tough love. And say, listen, this is
And what
the
happened
world."
is they end up resenting the mom because she's. The thing is that mom tend to overpower and put over will into the kids. See, they put their will over the kid, and they end up resenting them. And most guys, they will end up being weak men, but they end up just what, be afraid of a woman. So I don't know where she's coming from with this.
World is, and this is how I'm going to prepare
Well,
you.
then they'd be taking on more
Both
masculine roles.
Because-
right? And you still wouldn't have demonstrated they're more nurturing, only that they're more masculine.
well,
Well,
this-
in regards to how you describe nurturing, where they're more equipped to deal with the world, like because I can tell you, because I have to do both roles, I'm far less coddling and like, I'm more kind of like strict and this is what you need to have the skills to have people like you, which is important to socially
Like
integrate
you.
and things like of that nature.
Like you, that's such a bad thing. Yeah, you have to act like this because that way people will like you. Bad start. You have to make sure they can build confidence. Confidence. Individualism. Make sure you build yourself from the ground up. Not like you. I disagree with her.
Which Peterson talks about, but you're definitely right. Like, because we have to play both roles, how you describe
she's single mom.
nurturing, we can be more prone to being that type of nurturing as opposed to like, oh, I'm at home, I don't have to worry about anything, I can just be in a good mood and
I'll
not really
just
coddle
grant
you.
that it's so, that you can do this. This still would not demonstrate that women are better or more equipped for it than men. So again, my initial argument would still stand that there's a whole slew of shit that I can point out that men are way better at than women, but I don't think women can point out a damn
If women
thing.
are not
But that
better,
was
then why are
anyway, that-
fertility rates going down in men? And by 2070, I think the world's
going down in women,
population-
too.
Microplastics.
No, not as much as men.
Oh no, just as much. In fact, let's take a look.
Hail and well met. Lol
Oh, hey, Lol
Paladins donated
Paladins.
$200.02. Disagree with Andrew
This low paladin. Okay, let's go, low.
about men being better at everything. Women are better narcissists than men. Women are better emotional manipulators than men. Women are better liars than men. Women are better.
Well, listen, I'm just going to point this out, Lowell Paladins, very quickly, and you're going to send another super chat agreeing with me. With training, men would even be better at all of those things.
Damn.
So, anyway, back to this.
Thank you, Law Paladins.
Right, back to this and these ideas. You were saying? Sorry.
Just saying how fertility rates in men are going down
Yeah, they're going down in women
Yeah.
too. You know why? Because women are getting
Yeah.
married at 31, 32.
due to like the food,
Nope.
chemicals.
No, it's just because you're getting married at 31, 32. And
Okay, we
you're
can't say it's just because of that. Come on, microplastics are definitely proven
sure,
to
sure, but I'm
contribute.
okay.
Yeah.
Sure, everything's a fucking correlate. The oxygen in the plant, the oxygen in the air, that's a correlate somehow. I'm sure, but you have strong correlates, you have weak correlates. So let me just give you the strongest correlate. At 32 years old, you've left behind most of your childbearing years. Yeah.
Damn.
You're 35. Yeah.
Oh, well, 32.
32.
Yeah, your most fertile years, what, 18, 19 through about
Yeah.
20, 27, 28?
That's it.
They're all gone. Behind you, right? So they have 1, 2 kids. That's about it. So that's
Damn. He's Andrew over 9,000 right now. He's killing it.
I mean, to say that female fertility is not drastically decreasing is absurd. It's not because it needs to. It
Well, a lot
just
of
is.
women don't want to have kids
Yeah.
like nowadays too.
Yeah, so that would be a great reduction in fertility, right?
Yeah, but I mean, more men are becoming actually infertile even if they want to have kids.
Sure. Well, first of all,
Compared to
there's
women.
not that many men who are infertile. That's one. But two, even if that were the case,
Why are
right?
you saying it like that?
Even-
Infertile.
Infertile. Even if that were the case, infertile. Even if that were the case, that that women were just choosing it, that's still infertility. It's just by choice.
Little girl here in the left. How you guys notice you haven't chimed in this? She respect being checked. Look at that. She's very quiet. She's very quiet. She respect being checked. Funny, huh?
It's just by choice. So it's like, who cares if you're fertile if you're not breeding? It makes no sense. Who cares?
Okay, hot take here, but I think men are more nurturing in relationships too. I do think so.
True,
We have
true.
so much freedom to be as bitchy as we want to our partners, but
Well,
like
some of you.
And well, for some reason, Andrew.
Some of you do.
For some reason, I think you probably grant your wife a decent amount of rope to be kind of bitchy to you.
Nope.
Something just
No.
tells me.
No, no, that's not that. I hope Andrew say no. No, man, you cannot allow that to be the case. Nope. You check your wife. You check your wife. You don't allow her to disrespect you. Nope.
We think incorrectly.
Yeah, that's what I said. You should not. Do not let that slide, folks. Do not let that slide. If your wife is a bitch, do not let it slide, folks. No, do that. Don't do it. You will regret it.
But okay, but from like literally not only just my experiences, but observing relationships with other people, like, you know, we do have more leeway to be kind of shitty. Like we can do the stonewalling, we can do the, you know, we can blow up and like, oh, you know, we have more excuses as to, and you know, like we have periods, whatever. It's more socially acceptable for us to be abusive in various ways to men than it is for them to be to us. And I can tell you, I've left all my relationships. Like,
We know
this
it.
is
Don't
something-
worry. Don't worry. We know it. Don't worry. We know it.
that I've reflected on and noticed in myself, that I tend to be more flighty and like the men tend to be more steadfast. So I actually do agree that men,
Are more nurturing.
yeah, in a lot of ways.
I got a question.
Not just
on
to
this.
agree with you, because I will argue with you, but
Of course.
You can't argue with the truth.
yeah.
Wait, just going around the table. This is kind of somewhat related, but kind of random. Are you pro-choice or pro-life?
Pro-choice.
I'm pro-choice.
There you go.
Pro-choice.
Pro-choice.
Pro-life.
Pro-life.
Pro-life. Life.
So wait, pro-choice, pro-choice, pro-choice.
Pro-life, pro-life, pro-life,
life,
right.
life. Wait, you three? Weren't you guys the most strongly arguing that women are better nurturers?
Yes.
No,
Damn. Locked in. Locked in. Nice job, Brian. Nice job.
that they're,
She wasn't.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's a whole
You
different argument. to
Nah,
me. Like, I don't think that.
but you don't think it's murder, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
how can you debate that? Okay, so like just to play devil's advocate here, we can't say that that's not a good example because we don't know what men would do in that scenario because
Keep
we
the
don't have
kid?
stats on it because it's not possible.
Keep the kid. We'll keep the kid.
Well, actually, we do. Yeah. Well, I mean, we
In what way?
can at least infer.
Okay.
Right? So here's how we can infer, because men vote against it and women vote for it.
But men
God
are pushing
damn.
for it. So like what they vote for may not be the same as what they're doing in their real lives.
Now, some men push for it.
I mean,
Some men push for these things. I concede that that is true, but collectively they vote against it. So if collectively they're voting against it, we should be able to kind of infer from that they likely would not be doing it.
but once again, they don't know what it's like to be pregnant. So
Nah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That was not the argument, though. The argument was that if guys would have the option, would they do it? It seems like that's not the case. The majority, that is, would not do it based on the voting pattern. Nice job, Andrew. Nice job. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.